ready to now enter the alley with 2 dominant decision victories yesterday. He represents Fight Factory and fights out of Austin, Texas. This is Tackett. Entering the alley now, the division's #1 seed, dominant as well. On day 1, he represents Atos Jiu-Jitsu out of San Diego, California. He is the 2022 ADCC World Champion, presenting Kade Ruotolo.
Oh my God, this is gonna be war.
Isn't it?
I can't wait, dude.
Kade Ruotolo, absolute prodigy, just 21 years old. Actually, both these guys 21 years old. Returns to the mat here. Submatez to Niz, decision win over Tommy Langica. Goes up against Andrew Tackett, who put on some of the most impressive guard passing performances we've ever seen in jiu-jitsu against both Nicky Ryan and Owen O'Flanagan. Your referee for this one, legend Vitor Shaolin Iberio, and
here we go.
Kade immediately engaging.
Oh, it's going to be immediate engagement and non-stop engagement the entire match. Tackett pushing forward hard, big whizzer.
Now, we should point out, these guys have fought each other once, but it was so long ago as a juvenile division.
Yeah,
so
they were little kids competing in the IBJJF.
Oh, big pickup on the counter, and Kade actually was looking to jump over on that arm for a second.
Man, Andrew actually acknowledged that with a big smile, but he's right back at it again. He's upside down on the alley.
He tries to get
He's coming right back up. Look at that. First guy we've seen really get up effectively.
Yeah, it's the body lock versus the whizzer.
I'm telling you, Andrew Tackett is one of the only people in the world who can match Kade Ruotolo's pace. But what a pace it's going to be.
Unreal, the tussle for this position. The alley wall keeping them in. Running across the other side. He's going to take it back. Kade Ruotolo in trouble here early against Andrew Tackett.
He's got the body triangle on. Look at the position.
He slides down the wall with the body triangle. Kade went to the well just one too many times with that whizzer kick.
Body triangle early for Tackett, and he gets a chance to slow the pace down perhaps here and catch his breath.
He's catching his breath, but he's working on the cardio of Kade Ruotolo right now.
Man, I never imagined we would see Tackett in such a dominant position so
going across the face
in this match. This is insane.
And we know how, you said it so many times yesterday, Andrew Tackett's jiu-jitsu, when he gets a chance, it's nasty. He's going to be muffling, he's going to be scraping.
Listen, he was telling me backstage before this match, he was saying, if Kade hits me, I'm going to hit him back. He was expecting an intense match. He was 100% prepared for it. And that's what we saw. We saw an intense scramble early. We saw them literally running from one side of the alley to the other. But getting this body triangle, slowing it down right now, Andrew has got a great position to work from, and there's no reason why he should give this up.
Well, he's got 3 more minutes to cook right here, too. And honestly, great connection with the chest to the upper back of Kade. He goes under the nose.
Under the nose. That is what we're talking about. Ugly jiu-jitsu from Andrew Tackett.
Yeah, he's getting that full palm on the face, scooping up continuously. You rarely see Kade.
He's going to take a run out of here.
And he's across the face.
Andrew Tackett.
Squeeze.
Got me really jumping. Here goes the
out here. Kade turns and he comes up on top. Straight into the guard passing. Tackett scrambles back to his feet.
And just listen to that crowd. They appreciate that escape. They really love to see these guys scrap.
We'll then look for urgency now from Ruotolo. 2 minutes left in this.
That was only 3 minutes.
Man, this match is as high energy as we were hoping for, and some.
Oh, big sweep with the throw by.
Look at that. Andrew tries to counter with the whizzer.
Listen, guys, I'm just going to say right now, I'm happy, so happy that this match is taking place in the alley, because if this was any other surface
they'd have been
or arena,
so many times.
I mean, if it was a stage, they'd be in the front row of the crowd.
So lots of grip fighting here. Tackett's got in on that body lock several times now, but we know that whizzer into the throws is going to come in defense from Kade Ruotolo.
He's got a good, strong whizzer put in on this one.
Listen, don't be surprised if Andrew goes shallow on the underhook like
right there.
There it is! Knee lock! Standing knee lock from Kade Ruotolo. I was about to say, don't be surprised if you see him smash that on.
Yeah, big bit of rotation on that shoulder in the inside. Getting heavy collar ties now. We saw some aggressive ones yesterday from Kade, and he tries to get inside now.
Great hips. Good job there by Tackett. Lifting him up, getting him upright. Tries the inside trip now by Ruotolo.
I don't think Kade level changed quite enough on that one. He just kind of dropped his level a little bit, and they clinch up here now.
Tackett's pummeling into his underhooks is so good.
The entire arena is on their feet, and the whole place is full.
Guys, how do you score this one going forward? I mean, you've got to say Tackett's still ahead. What a throw! Ruotolo's going to come up on top in half guard here.
That changes things because now we see an opportunity for Kade to make his mark on this match, because right now I have to say it's clearly 10-9 for Andrew Tackett, considering the control that he had from that body triangle.
And it was quite an extended period of time as well.
And submission attacks. He was really working the face and the neck.
Big can opener coming in from Ruotolo to try and open the guard.
And look at him smothering Andrew Tackett. That's exactly what Andrew was doing to his opponents yesterday.
Yeah, with the hair, with the palm.
This is that gritty jiu-jitsu, that kind of jiu-jitsu that makes you not want to ever train with this guy again. But they're competing for $1 million. You got to do what you got to do.
The thunderous applause from the crowd here inside the Thomas and Mack. That was just 5 minutes of action, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some replays of the scrambles.
Man, Andrew was literally upside down against the alley wall at that point, but here's the back take.
That was the third time that Kade went to the well with that wizard kick Uchimata style play to try to put Andrew down, and the third time was not the charm. Andrew, oh man, what a crank.
I almost forgot that shoulder crank happened as a submission attempt.
Yeah, that standing knee lock is absolutely vicious. We've seen Kade take people off their feet with that arm lock.
So here are the scores. You can see them on the screen now. 10-9 across the board for Andrew Tackett.
And rightfully so. I mean, that round was clearly for Tackett. And listen to the pop in the crowd. They are definitely on both of these guys' sides. Yeah, I love both guys.
I don't know if I can pick which guy they're rooting for. I think they just love how good the jiu-jitsu is.
Listen, Kade has got a lot of supporters here at Matt's side. There are a lot of people calling his name, but Tackett has won the crowd this weekend with his performances. They were literally chanting, "Let's go Tackett" earlier on.
So back on the feet here, start of the second round. Reminder, 3 5s if they need them. Open and transparent, 10-9 must scoring in effect.
Kade taking Andrew Tackett all the way over into the corner here. We were talking about this yesterday. It's one place you don't want to get stuck is in that channel, in that groove in the corner.
Drags are good. Run to the wall.
Tackett presses forward, 2 underhooks.
Split his legs.
He's getting those elbow lifted up pretty high on the one side of Kade.
Interesting that William Tackett, Andrew's older brother, was actually saying, run Kade to the wall, put his feet on the wall.
Well, he's got a long way to run unless he circles around here. Pummeling for those underhooks again, and he's trying to put him on the wall, but he loses.
Nice work by Kade. Andrew got to be careful here.
Crucifix. Picks up on the single, perhaps.
Wow, Andrew is just a dog. He refuses any of the offensive positions that Ruotolo offers him.
Man, you are absolutely right, Brandon, because positions like that, it's not a technical escape, it's just hard.
It's refusal.
He fights his way out.
Oh, good shot on the single, gets the pick up here.
Watch the Kade.
Watch his knee!
Oh!
Big exposure! This could be it! Oh my God!
He slipped the heel once. Can he do it again?
Yeah, he's still got the knee kept rolling towards the alley wall here. Kade Ruotolo hunting that submission.
Andrew taking the time to fix his hair right there.
I mean, we can all agree he's probably not tapping, right?
Wow, with $1 million on the line, he'll definitely eat a pop or two. But the thing is, you can only let your knee go so far. Kade can't quite see the grip that he's got of the foot.
He just looked at his brother and said he doesn't have it.
Andrew's out. Andrew is out.
But a very significant attack here for Kade Ruotolo. Puts him ahead of this round. Here comes that big whizzer again.
Listen, Kade might go for it again.
Oh, jockeying for position. Back take versus the throw.
Andrew got a little greedy. He tried to jump a little too quick while Kade still had his balance underneath him.
He's just giving up
Watch
the body.
this Tars. And now Kade is right in front of his corner. He's got Andre Galvao. He's got Ruotolo. He's got Eric Paulson in his corner, feet away, calling him through this position. And there's very strong chance.
Oh, he's got Anaconda. Looking back again at the dance, perhaps that left arm is going to save very strong in that underhook from Andrew Tackett, trying to save him. If the frame collapses at all, he'll be in deep trouble very quickly.
Listen, Tackett knows what Ruotolo's main attack is from this position. He knows he's going to have to stay disciplined with the posture of his head. But that dust is going to
this is locking up.
It's a little bit shallow, but this is very serious.
And
as Andrew flattens out, he's going to find a way to survive right here. He's got to keep his spine straight. As he flattens out, this is helping him. But Kade's got this Darce on top.
And he rolls him over the top.
Elbow out of position. Andrew trying to save himself by grabbing his own leg and opening his posture up. This is getting bad.
The frame more and
he's out.
Oh, he's going to switch to a north-south choke, though. Big squeeze from Kade Ruotolo. Minute and a half left. Andrew Tackett hanging on for everything he's
going to be okay right here. He's going to survive it.
Unreal defense from Andrew Tackett.
But a commanding lead in round 2 for Kade Ruotolo now.
This could be a 10-8. This could be a 10-8 round for Ruotolo.
Andrew locking up the body triangle from the guard.
Guys, we've still got more than a minute left in this second round.
This is one of those matches where everybody is just, they're leaning forward. They just can't get enough of this action.
Yeah, the entire atmosphere around the pit is slowly closing in further and further. This arena-like atmosphere.
I mean, they would be like this if there wasn't $1 million on the line. These guys are putting on such a great show for us here this weekend.
Andrew opened that guard, looking for a triangle attack, maybe a little bit preemptive.
Yeah, but he's got to get something going.
He's going to the legs
behind, and he's going on the leg.
Kade making a move. He wants to try to counter with a back take, but here he comes with the calf slicer.
This is good work from Andrew here, you know. He's managed to actually kind of slow.
Watch his toe hold counter. This is a good counter to the
Yeah, and Andrew Tackett can't defend with that other leg. The leg is tied up, so he can't put his feet together and push the grip off.
His leg is straight. I don't think there's too much pressure through the ankle. He's safe. That bear trap is keeping him safe, but Kade comes back on top.
And look at that, nice heavy reap. Kade shakes it off, but the leg comes right back in.
Hip ice, just 5 seconds left here.
And another possible entry here for Tackett.
But this is the first time all weekend we've seen Andrew Tackett put under any kind of pressure.
Guys, that $20,000 optimal self-supplements bonus for most exciting fighter.
Well, it's already won.
What do you do? What do you do indeed?
Listen, that is the first round all weekend that Andrew Tackett has lost on the scorecards.
Replays here. Talk us through some of these scrambles, guys. This was the leg entry from Ruotolo.
This was close, man. That was a great entry, and he followed it, exposed the heel, followed it, exposed the heel.
I got to give props to the DJ in the arena for playing the Rocky music right now.
It's that kind of match. This it's literally, it's like the grand finale of a Hollywood movie. You couldn't script a better finish, but the crazy thing is, this is only the semi-final. How Andrew managed to get out of this DOS choke, I have no idea.
Well, seconds out, back down the ramp they come into the alley for one more period.
So interesting to note the scores of that one. It was one judge scored at 10-8, but the other two scored at 10-9. So now it's a majority draw right now.
Yeah,
this is still very much Andrew's match to win.
Oh, looking to hunt the back.
Look at this. Andrew making his move, climbing the back. Here he goes.
Andrew Tackett.
Can he get under that arm? Kade reaching back. Andrew climbing, not able to get there, but he does come up on the other side of the guard here.
Yeah, he was trying to go leg drag, but he's going to have to accept close guard.
Listen, if Andrew can keep this going, and if he can win this round, 10-9, he will take the victory, I believe.
Yeah, it's all going to come down. Ultimately, it's all going to come down to this round. It's draws across the two of the judges' scorecards. Probably not a big enough deficit on that third scorecard to make much difference.
Tackett to the feet. Ruotolo opens the guard to try to counter. And back into the closed guard.
Going
buggy from the bottom.
Going high. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Kade even go for a buggy from the closed guard.
Well, Tackett trying to get some passing going now. First time we've actually had a chance to see the passing of Tackett in this match.
That's right. I mean, he put on a passing clinic against Nicky Ryan and Owen O'Flanagan, and now he's got an opportunity to put the pressure on Kade Ruotolo.
And he's putting that same style of pressure on Kade now, forcing Kade to turtle up and expose his back.
Oh, he's got the back! Standing back control for Andrew Tackett!
Andrew Tackett leaving nothing to chance. He's doing everything he can to make sure he gets himself into the final.
Oh, again, we've got this battle of underhook and whizzer.
And in the same way that round 2 was being led by Kade Ruotolo, round 3 now being led by the young man Andrew Tackett.
Nice little drag across.
Guys, I know we've got just over 2.5 minutes remaining, or about 3 minutes remaining in this, but I'm going to say this is one of the best matches I have ever seen live, and there is, again, the standing knee lock.
Yeah, possibly one of the best jiu-jitsu matches ever at what is turning out to be the greatest jiu-jitsu tournament ever.
Nice
Good shot from Tackett.
This is the kind of match you show people when you want to tell them what jiu-jitsu is all about, really.
Oh, Kade in now, a big drive. Can he land past the guard? Well, Tackett trying to recover here. Good offensive position on that arm from Ruotolo.
Kade's in a deep passing position right there. He's a knee cut position. He's got a strong forward pressure.
Andrew does a good job of getting his frame back on the inside, staying on his side, not allowing himself to be flattened out. He's got a knee shield. He's got an elbow frame.
And you know, with just over 2 minutes remaining,
it's a tough
if
one to score.
Kade can switch the momentum, if he can keep the pressure on going, he could potentially steal this round, because Andrew's early good work, which was great, might not be enough if Kade can take control in the latter half of this round.
But if Cade's not able to get an actual quote-unquote position off of him, Andrew had the closest look. He did jump the back and get the closest to being
and he had control earlier on in the round as well, right at the start.
On top. So the same thing that Kade is doing right now, Andrew's already done in this round, plus he took the back.
Work back up. We got one more takedown.
Yeah, I think it's probably fair, perhaps, that Ruotolo is the one who needs to really have some urgency here. Neither of these two young men can be sure that they're ahead.
This is one of the closest match and closely fought matches we've seen all weekend in this tournament.
Is Tackett going to take the risk of opening and going K-guard here? He was scooping under the leg as though he was.
He's reaching for the ankles, hoping that he can get an off balance here. He's in on the leg. Has to clear his hips a little bit and make some space. Now Kade pressing forward.
Oh, big sprawl as Tackett tries to wrestle up. Has he locked to dust again?
Anaconda from standing. Tackett trying to get his head around to the other side. Ruotolo basically sitting against the wall in a squat.
This is not good for Andrew Tackett. This is the only real submission attack we've seen in this round so far.
He must feel confident about the position. He's pulled the legs out, keeping heavy pressure forward. He's got to be careful he doesn't get off balance and lose his base here. 30 seconds left as Ruotolo tries to cut the angle and get the squeeze on.
Can Andrew clear his head, or is
I don't think he can.
The other side?
I don't think he can. I think that Kade is going to steal this round based on this submission series.
This could be it. He's taking position right here. Kade Ruotolo looking to finish the Anaconda.
Big squeeze and Andrew Tackett survives again.
But that probably wins the round for him with less than 10 seconds to go.
It's going to be
pushes
so
forward.
close. Closing seconds here.
Pulling into it, and this should seal it with the go-go to close the show.
I'm calling it right now. Kade Ruotolo just won that round, and in my opinion, just won that match.
And look at this moment. They get up, they embrace.
Two young athletes. The crowd in this arena are on their feet.
I've never heard anything like this. Listen to the Thomas and Mack Center for CJI, Andrew Tackett, Kade Ruotolo. They're exploding for these guys.
Well, let's look at some of the replays here. This was early on in the round as Andrew Tackett went hunting the back. Jumping the back as well. What a match.
That match was just like one long highlight reel, and the scores are going to come through in just a second.
Yeah, you guys are going to find out very shortly what's happened in this one.
Side. It's going to take a second to get this together.
So we've got the last of the replays here, and this was some of the closing action. Of course, that last-minute choke attempt from Kade Ruotolo fully swung the momentum of that one. Honestly, I cannot
never quit.
I cannot tell you the vibe in this arena right now. There are people, I've got texts flying in saying that's one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. People are literally emotional, mat side, about the show of heart and dedication from these two athletes. Well, unfortunately, one of these two guys has to lose here tonight. Let's go ahead and find out who's going to go home,
Listen
who's
to
going to fight for $1 million.
They want one more.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your scorecards at Ali's side with your first judge, Miha Pahavic, scoring the fight 29-27. He sees it for Ruotolo. Your second judge, Zach Maslany, 29-27, seeing it for Tackett. Your third and final judge, Chris Crail, 29-28, seeing it for the winner by split decision. Advancing to the $1 million CJI Championship, Kade Ruotolo!
Kade Ruotolo is going to take the split decision victory over Andrew Tackett and book his place in the final of the Craig Jones Invitational in what is, without doubt, one of the greatest jiu-jitsu matches to have ever happened.
Man, you could hear a pin drop in this arena while they were reading out those scores. Everybody was just waiting with bated breath. And what an amazing result. Split decision, about as fair as you could hope for, I feel.
Yeah, I mean...
look at the emotion on the face of Andrew Tackett. He literally left everything out there.
We'll wrap this up shortly, but let's first get a word with Kade. He's with Alex.
Kade Ruotolo, you have a standing ovation in the crowd right now. The crowd was chanting one more match. They couldn't get enough. I don't think a match with that much action could have happened without these alley walls. So what was it like being in there with Andrew Tackett going to war?
First of all, hats off to both the Tackett brothers. You know, every time they come step out on the mats, that's what jiu-jitsu is all about right there. You know, true technique, unreal scrambles, and good people right there, you know? So hats off to the Tacketts. A match like that isn't possible, not just for one person. It takes two to tango like that, you know? So props off to those boys. And also William in that first round against Rocha, my gosh, those boys always don't seem to amaze me. But man, hell of a match, that's for sure, yeah. That was a lot of scrambles, for sure.
An amazing match. The Ruotolos versus Tackett rivalry will go down in history for sure, but you got the best of that one, and now you're headed to the finals, going to face off against Levi. What are your thoughts going into that match?
I'm excited, you know, I'm super stoked to be here in the final. You know, Levi, obviously, I think we all know what he's here to do. I think there needs to be some sort of different as far as a stalling call for the guard players. I feel like it's too easy to be able just to sit on your back and wait for the guy to come to you, you know? You know, it's just my thoughts. To me, you know, I love playing guard too. I'm not hating on all the guard players or anything like that, but if I was to stand up and just do this the whole time and wait for you to overcommit, you know, I think I'd be getting stalling calls. And it's the same thing for when you're playing guard. So I think that needs to kind of be adjusted into the rules. But I'm super excited, nothing less, to be here in the final. Levi's got an amazing guard, and I look forward to passing it.
Go ahead and advance your name on that under 80 kilogram bracket, Kade Ruotolo.
Well, guys, I've got to ask, how does he have the breath to not only do a composed speech, congratulate his dance partner for that match, but also debrief on perhaps how the rules should change?
Listen, I think that Kade's campaigning for, you know, the stalling calls is actually really good gamesmanship right before his final match against Levi.